time for the 2024 OmegaBall Showdown Men's Championship game right here from the sports deck at San Diego State University. 3 teams will enter. Only one will be crowned the champion here in 2024. As we welcome you into our coverage here at San Diego State, I'm Mark Rogandino alongside my guy right here, professional goal scorer Ricky Lopez-Espin. He knows a thing or two about putting the ball into the back of the net. For both of these teams, including the third, right, they came in as a second-place team. We'll explain that in a minute. It's all about defense and scoring.
Pressure's on, money on the line. Who's going to take this opportunity and grab it? I do think the important part of this final, you have to play the game. You don't play the occasion. But one thing that remains constant in this game, Rogo, there's a lot of stars in this game.
So we've got 2 semifinal winners that have been able to punch their ticket. The first one was Saturday's, and they did it in fine fashion. Didn't lead the whole way against Pasha, but they did come out with the winners.
They were composed throughout the whole match. You look at O'Brien, he was a player that was fantastic for Saturday, scoring numerous of goals. Cortez, the big number 9, expect him to stay high, expect him to occupy a lot of players, and the players underneath them, they have a really good balance between them.
The second interest by way of winning their semifinal was Culture, the team in red, against another North Carolina team there in Rebels, but they found a way to just continue to put the pressure on.
They were just so consistent, the way that they were attacking, the way that they were defending. They have so many weapons. Marshall, he's big, he's strong, but Harbor Miller, what a star that young man is.
The young LA Galaxy homegrown player is going to have an opportunity to shine here in the finals. So we had 2 semifinal winners in Saturdays and Culture, but you needed a third team. Well, that was Pasha, the collection of North Carolina boys representing Pasha Luxury Real Estate Company out in the ATL. They get the final berth to round out the 3 teams. Here are the rules. Take us through it, Ricky.
3 13-minute periods. That's running periods. Paul returned to play 5 seconds after goal. So you want it quick. You want it nonstop. No offsides. Goalkeepers will have a say in this game. 3 teams, 3 goals. Enjoy chaos. And there's edge kicks. Only goal kicks and unlimited substitutions here in this final.
It'll be fast and furious. So we take a look at the starting 11, starting 5 for both of these teams here in this one. And the goalkeepers, the top names there in each list, we know that they'll be busy.
Kenneth Perkinson, he's one that you need to circle. He's the goalkeeper for Pasha Luxury in the bottom right of your screen. But you look at Cortez and Adams, they made fantastic saves in the semifinal.
We are set for the opening whistle to get this one underway. 3 periods of 13 minutes unless we find ourselves tied and have to go to overtime. And immediately the shot comes right at Luka Adams, the young goalkeeper who, when not out here making saves in OmegaBall, is up in Westwood, California with the UCLA Bruins applying his gloves. Adams will send that one. So you've got Saturdays who won the semi in orange. You've got Culture in the red kits. And then rounding it out is Pasha, the lone second-place team that found their way into the finals and still a shot at the biggest purse prize ever in OmegaBall history. Touch runs out of play before Harbor Miller can put a touch to it. Miller had 6 goals in the semifinal win for Culture. Can he reapply that scoring touch here in the finals is one of the big questions we'll be asking. Saturdays were the highest flying team when it came to goal scoring. They had 13 goals in the semis, including 3 in the opening 13 minutes. But you get a sense they're against a little bit stiffer competition here in this one as Perkinson comes off his line, getting to get a touch to it. That pass intended for the big fella, Chris Cortez.
And this Saturday size has a nice little balance between the way that they attack. They can play directed to Cortez, but they can also beat you through combination play. Great start for Harbor Miller.
Speaking of beating you, he laces a right-footed effort into the corner. We spoke with Harbor Miller after the semifinal win for Culture, and he talked about the nuances and learning the game on the fly, but it has worked out nicely for the young man. Great little 1-2, but no finish on the back post for Pasha.
As this ball rotates back across to Vignali, you need him to pull the trigger, but it's actually a Saturday's edge kick in the back of the net by Culture. They take the lead.
So Culture on the board first here in the men's final. Cool conditions, nightfall here in Southern California. Saturday is trying to pull the ball down. Caught in some track up there is Villon. Dispossessed. Can Pasha make it pay? Arcano trying to drill it for the far corner, and that one will go wide.
2v1, go!
Obviously, having played in the semis as well as the qualification process, plenty of experience now for all three teams under their belt. You just wonder which one might have a little tinkering of their detail, of their game plan here. That'll be the difference in the finals. And I think, Ricky, if you're Pasha coming out here to the West Coast, as that giveaway is going to create an easy chance, but it somehow doesn't go in. Sarvis with the long distance right-footed effort, but it'll go wide. I think that Pasha have to have a little chip on the shoulder. I think eyes were open the fact that they didn't win their semi, but still got to the final.
Scored 22 goals in a qualifying game, but then came in second in their semifinal. So now what does the reaction look like for the team that was maybe the favorite coming into this 2024 OmegaBall Showdown? But it's not going to be an easy task because Saturdays and Culture, two talented teams.
They had a double-digit goal differential of +10 coming into the finals, did the team in green, Pasha. And they've really shown the knack, as have these other two teams in Culture and Saturdays, to score goals in benches. But who's going to get hot over the course of these three periods in a men's final? Outlet pass here for Saturdays. Knocked all the way back by Prado.
And one thing that I noticed from the Saturday side, how expansive they are. Making this OmegaBall pitch as wide and as deep as they possibly can. Cortez is going to have his heels on the sideline, and now you have the players underneath him trying to fill in the gaps.
I might say, though, Ricky, they have a true target, Chris Cortez up top. Not every team has that big 6-foot-plus frame like this where they can just lump it over the top and have him collect it, even with a defender. Good back post ball. Perkinson, though, with the fingertips to push it away. Here comes Saturdays on the attack. They're going to attack Culture's goal. Little chip to the back post, and there is Cortez to head it home. His first of the finals. He had 3 in the semis, and the local Orange County resident cashes in with his head for Saturday's first goal of the final.
Maybe it's a bit different than what we've come to expect tactically, but still effective for Saturdays. As this ball comes near, it's the secondary movement for Cortez off the blind side, telling your big man just to go up and get it. 1-1, game on.
And here is the goal scorer now, displaying his feet. Oh, I spoke too soon as that one rolls out. Culture will have the edge kick to put it back in play right in front of the Pasha bench.
Well done, Abby.
Little contact there from Abraham Villon, and that brings about a whistle, and so Pasha will have the free kick. Ryan Marcano, who had 4 goals in the semifinal, second place finish, and there's the first goal of the night for Pasha. Quickly done as Bay Kurtz tallies his first of the finals.
He's a player for Pasha Luxury that can do a little bit of everything. A two-way player, the engine. You mix that with a bit of skill. Bay Kurtz gets Pasha on the score sheet.
Everything opens up there, creating that lane on the right-footed strike from Marcelo Sarvis, a former MLS Cup champion with the LA Galaxy, teammates with guys like Landon Donovan and Robbie Keane. He's also got his son with him here. Wouldn't that be a story to tell if Lucas and Marcelo, the father-son combo, are at the top of the pile at the end? Pasha, you can see them starting to find their rhythm. Cut inside won't work. Taylor Gray chops it back onto his left foot. Gray with the shot, and it winds up into the back of the net. Last touch, though, by Waglin. Prado, my mistake, as it's actually Saturdays who tally their second goal.
It's a picture-perfect vulture goal. Gray does all the hard work, and it's O'Brien at the doorstep that says, thank you very much. Clever. Just watch up top of your screen, right at the goal line. Ball comes in. I'll take the credit. Ooh. Saturday's in the lead.
I'll go again. Maybe this way. Maybe this way.
O'Brien was the leader without question, right, Ricky, in the semifinals. Cortez, another look. You've heard us mention the term vulture goal a couple of times. There was your definition of it, right? One team really creating the chance, but another team there to capitalize and finally finish said chance.
And the beauty of OmegaBall as well is not how much you have the ball, it's what you do when you're on the ball. How clinical and ruthless can you be? That killer mentality, exactly what O'Brien displays there.
So through 7.5 minutes, all three teams have been able to get on the board here in this first period.
Good touch.
Change of direction and changing the attack is Saturday's. The team that won semifinal number 1 in orange. Big switch, looking for Cortez. He's already got one here in the final. Trapping it down with his chest, and then the volley into the gloves of goalkeeper Luka Adams. Marshall. Left-footed shot is deflected out, I believe. No, they're going to say it was not. So Matt Marshall thought maybe he was going to have an edge kick to put it back into action. Instead, it's back the other way. Bay Kirch trying to keep it in play right in front of his own bench. A couple of substitutions made there by Pasha. Back post ball. Perkinson could not keep it out of the back of the net. And the finish on the back post by O'Brien, his second of the finals, and that's now 3 for Saturday's.
Heads up play between Cortez and O'Brien on the same page. From an edge kick into the back of the net. Saturday's have a 2-goal cushion early on.
Really good service there. Pinpoint onto the back post. There was a defender there for Pasha. Gray was the standout player for Pasha in the semis, but he hasn't been able, or one of the standout players, I should say, as we look at that last goal.
Kenneth Perkins is going to want that one back.
Sure.
See the frustration on the goalkeeper's face after the fact.
So an early 2-goal lead for Saturday's, picking up where they left off in the semis. They had 3 in the first period of the semifinal here on the sports deck, and now they've got 3 here in this opening period as we tick down toward 3 minutes left. Change of pace and speed. Gray tries to fire it in, but a save there from Luka Adams.
A little bit of a glimpse of how explosive Gray can be. And like you said, Rogo hasn't really found the same type of success in front of the goal.
Yeah, qualifying, he was one of the players that really caught our eye with his ability to change pace and finish in tight space. Not so much here in the semis, as that one is a finish. O'Brien with a first period hat trick. He's got 3 of the 4 Saturday's goals. And the team in orange enjoying some success in this first period. Marcano surging forward, fires the shot in. Adams with the save. Lucas Sarvis showing a little bit of a skill check as he navigates his away from pressure.
As we take a look at this last goal from Saturday's, O'Brien, a little hesitation. Now that opens up the window. Just get it by Kenneth Perkinson. Your job is done, and you have a first period hat trick.
4 goals for the team in orange Saturday's. 3 of them coming from Kyle O'Brien, a soccer trainer who lives locally just up the freeway in Garden Grove. And isn't he glad he took that trip down here to San Diego? Loose ball. It's Saturday's that are first to get to it. Can they finish the movement off? Yes, they can. O'Brien again. He can't stop scoring goals, Ricky.
Just the understanding to use the momentum of McBee against him. Dropped his shoulder, comes into the interior, and then he wrong foots Kenneth Perkinson. 4 goals to start this game for O'Brien.
Somebody better mark that guy.
Exactly what I'm talking about. Watch how he uses the momentum to his favor. Thank you very much. Send you packing. And then I have the calmness to find the back of the net.
Cortez looking for more. Right at Perkinson. And now Taylor Gray caught in some traffic. Ball over the top is knocked down. It's Culture that find it first. Culture looking for the sequence to finish one off, but the spinning shot by Yuri Morera. He's the owner of Culture by Football. One of the leaders of this team, but he couldn't find it there. Wagland, central ball. Back for Taylor Gray. Taylor Gray might have chose to hit it first time. That extra touch, and the window closes of opportunity. In the final minute of this opening period, Saturdays looking cool, calm, and composed to the tune of 5 goals over the top. Maybe a chance for one more look here. Knocked out of play. A rare miscue in the first period that was dazzling for Saturdays. In particular for Kyle O'Brien, who scores 4 of the 5 goals for the team in orange. They won the semi by a goal, but they'll take a 4-goal cushion over Pasha and Culture into the second period next.
OmegaBall is played in a circular field with 1 soccer ball, 3 teams, and 3 goals.
Over the target and a big save.
Each team consists of 5 players, including the goalie, which equates to 15 players on the field at one time.
Going to be some chaos on the pitch.
The field rules are basically the same as soccer. Substitutes can come on and off the field at any time and are unlimited for any player.
Looking for an opportunity, goes right into the upper corner!
In OmegaBall, any player can score in either the 2 opposing teams' goals, and this includes the goalkeeper.
Shot will go. Oh!
Play must restart within 5 seconds, just like free kicks.
OmegaBall is about scoring lots of goals. It's about fun. It's about fast play.
OmegaBall changes the game and is the ultimate competition.
There's another one for Smoke. No offside, no throw-in. That's why the goal didn't actually come fast this period. He's come alive here. And another one there. And they'll be leaving as champions once again. Which that is exactly what OmegaBall is all about. Welcome back to San Diego, California. We're here at the Sports Deck on the campus of San Diego State. It's the men's championship here in 2024. 1 period of OmegaBall in the action. Saturdays on fire to get going here tonight, Ricky.
They were just so well balanced. You had Cortez. Here's in the thick of everything. He's always going to be the focal point. And then it's the players underneath him that fill the gap. And those players can beat you 1v1. They can beat you through combination play. Fantastic start for Saturdays.
There is Kyle O'Brien, who had 4 of the 5 goals for Saturdays to begin. They have somewhat figured out, I think, tactically how to play this game. Can they continue it for 2 more periods and crown themselves as the kings of OmegaBall in 2024? We'll begin to uncover those answers over the next 2 periods of play. The teams will rotate one way, so a different goal, and it's Culture who begin the second period with the long-distance effort that sails high and wide.
And a player that has been really quiet, especially in that first period, Harbor Miller. He was a standout in the semifinal, so if you are Culture, how do you get him a little bit more involved and more influential?
As we're just underway here in this second period, OmegaBall is proud to partner with Flight, based here in San Diego. Flight is the official game day ball provider of OmegaBall.
That's it, man. That's it, man.
Kenneth Perkinson, the Pasha goalie, will send it back into play. A tussle to try and win it, and Vignali lost control of it and also heard the whistle, and it didn't go his way. No immediate pressure on Cortez. Culture spinning into traffic. First time shot saved by Cortez, denying Miller on his chance to find the back of the net. Harbor Miller a little quiet so far here tonight after exploding in the semifinals for Culture.
He's a player that they need to get more involved. Starbucks as well. Those two players were fantastic in Culture's semifinal match, not having the same type of impact, especially through that first period.
Ricky, obviously you've got experience with both playing and covering OmegaBall. Could it be part of the tactics for maybe both of the teams that are trailing to start to gang up on the leaders Saturdays?
Looks like you should be out there. You should be a coach. Take the headset off, get in the sideline, Rogo.
You want to see me with a pulled hammy or raspberries on both my knees? Here comes Pasha. They need to find something and need to find it in a hurry.
Just not having that same sort of success in and around the goal. Not as clean as we've come to expect from Pasha.
Little chip over the top, but there to intercept is Waglin. Lets it go. Big time save in front. Loose ball cleared away by Culture. Now what can they do with it? Good cross onto the back post and headed right into the gloves of Perkinson. That came off of the head of Kyle O'Brien, who already has 4 here in the final.
And just notice the way that Saturdays likes to approach this match. So expansive. They have one single pivot, which is going to be Cortez at the top, Prado at the bottom, and then you have O'Brien and Corona on the other side of the field. They don't want to operate in central locations. They want to operate in and around the areas of all goals. And that's why they've been so effective.
Tackled out, and it'll be William Prado that will put it back in play here for Saturdays, as we are just over 3 minutes into this second period of play.
Hey, fucking go out and put your glasses right. You can't see from
And a yellow card issued
fucking disaster.
to Lucas Sarvas, the youngster, flexing a little bit here in this early moment of the second period.
Maybe frustration starting to creep in a tiny bit for Culture.
Tight space here against the sideline. Pinched out of play. And so Pasha immediately used Perkinson, their goalie, to put it back into play. Bay Kurtz had a goal in the first period. Not going to find another one there.
Talk. Yeah. Time. Relax. Be patient on the ball. Be patient. Be patient.
Kurtz one more time, lifting the chin, finding open space.
Back.
Unselfish ball. And now getting it back is Davis McBee, and they'll reset through their goalkeeper, Kenneth Perkinson. Perkinson has guided previous teams. Remember, if you follow OmegaBall, he was part of the Raleigh Rebels back in the early days of OmegaBall. That team has since splintered into a couple of teams, but it's Pasha who find themselves here with an opportunity. Waglin, long distance, and he shoots it high and over the crossbar.
Get subs early. Get some subs.
If I'm Pasha, I'm continuing to shoot from distance, because what that's going to do, you can play for rebounds 1, But now that affords a team to step off of their line. And when they do that, that's when you can beat a team through combination play. So how do you find that right balance? Pasha's struggling to find that.
4.5 minutes gone in the second period, and both teams with the same scoreline they had after the first 13 minutes. A comfortable 4-goal lead for Saturdays. The team in orange, but a lot to be played here in this 2024 OmegaBall Showdown men's final. Loose ball out in front, and tapped out of play. Last touch by Yuri Morera. Saturdays back in play as they use their goalkeeper Alfredo Cortez.
I did cut off the keeper or cut off right. Cut off right.
Exactly what we're talking about with Saturdays. They have no presence centrally. So expansive, and when they go to one side of the field, that's when Cortez shifts across at the back post to supply an outlet. Something we haven't really seen in OmegaBall. It's been so effective thus far.
Well, that's the beauty of this game, right? Fast and furious, chaotic, but also discovering new ways, new tactics that you can apply to find success. Saturdays have seen to unlock that recipe, and they find a 6th goal on the night. As a beautiful sequence pushing forward, and it was finished off by William Prado.
Hey guys, we got it.
Here's O'Brien. Using support back deep from Prado, who just tallied that last goal for Saturdays. Pasha pouncing on the loose ball.
Just too many touches for Pasha.
And too much traffic.
Unable to find real-time solutions. This Pasha side continuing to try to force the ball into Saturdays.
Kurtz finds some open space, chopping it back onto his right foot, but too heavy with that touch. And immediate, it's Culture, who we haven't called their name too often, but we will right there. Finished off there by Yuri Morera.
That's the way that you're going to break down two opposing teams. Quick centrally, you peel it out wide, and a first-time finish from Morera. Great goal from Culture.
Yeah, Ricky, if you're Culture or Pasha, you know you're not going to get it all back in one swoop, but you have to slowly chip away at that lead, knowing if you can be within striking distance when the third period comes, you're still well in this.
One step at a time, but when you go, you need to go quick, you need to go clean. From front to back, you start centrally, and I love this from Marshall because he comes centrally. That opens up the space for Morera. 2 touches, the ball to the back of the net.
Taylor Gray now trying to find his own. Kick save there at the back from Luka Adams. Marshall had trouble bringing it down. O'Brien did not.
Hey, come on! We're not walking! Hey, Isaiah, get Taylor.
Long distance shot deflected away as Villon unleashing the right-footed power, but Adams up to the task with the save.
And if you notice, when Saturdays gets the ball, especially if it's Villon, if it's Prado, the movement for Cortez is always reverse. You go to one goal, he's going to peel off the blind side. So now you have 2 options. You can go yourself, but you can also play into your big man.
Because we have to, we're down by 5.
Just as you mentioned that, Cortez did that exact movement, although the pass for Prado was not there. Villon, time and space, trying to deliver the big cross for Cortez. It's cut out. Pasha with a chance now to look the other way. Gray on his right foot, and he sends it deep into the bleachers.
Yeah, just a little bit too long from Gray. 1, 2, 3 touches, and by that time, your window's closed.
2v1, 2v1, 2v1.
McBee in the passing lane. Gray now leaving it out top. Marcano had the left-footed first-time finish. Gray still denied. And now Pasha says, let's go in the other direction, back the other way. Defensively, and obviously with 6 goals in the attacking end, Saturdays so far through a period and almost a complete second period have looked very comfortable here.
And they're dictating tempo without the ball, just their positioning, just their spacing. It's been a masterclass thus far for the team in orange.
First time volley, and it finds the back of the net. O'Brien has now scored 5.
Not what you do or how much you're on the ball. It's what you do when you are on the ball. O'Brien has made no mistake in front of goal. 5.
He had 7 in the semis, and he might eclipse that mark here tonight in the finals. Long surging run. There was contact from behind, and that somewhat disrupted the shot from Abraham Villon.
Change of point of attack. Ball overhit. O'Brien's there to say, thank you very much. I'll put it on target. And yet again, Kenneth Perkins is going to want that one back. In a central location, a keeper of that quality should make that save.
Yeah, normally super reliable. That's not to say that he's not, but that's the second time tonight we've seen him kind of spill one inside his own area and allowing it to trickle across for a goal. Morera sends it back in play. This is Harbor Miller. Found a lot more freedom and a lot more goal-scoring looks in the semifinal. He's been quiet, although he scored 1 here tonight of the 2 on the board for Culture. O'Brien just able to keep it in play. Releases it back for Prado. They'll use the goalkeeper, Alfredo Cortez. The big switch, looking for O'Brien, who's completely switched over to a different space on the OmegaBall pitch. Asking for a whistle. Will he get it? He will. So a free kick.
Hey, let's play.
Long switch didn't work. Out in the attack come Culture.
Well done, right. Well done, boys.
Pasha, though, find the loose ball. Slow and methodical here from Ryan Marcano, but I don't know if you can do that at this point of the match, Ricky. I think you've got to have that sense of urgency.
And you turn up the tempo, especially if you have a yard or 2 of space. Why not call your own number? Just put the ball in a dangerous situation and see what comes of it.
Tackled away and out for an edge kick coming up for Culture. Culture have scored a second here in period number 2, but Pasha still that lone goal from the first. Fingertip save from Perkinson. Did just enough to change the flight of the ball, or it's in the upper corner.
Clever from Sarvas, tries to catch Perkinson cheating. Good bear claw to push it up and over.
Miller waiting one centrally. Marshall, and Marshall, second touch to bury it. Oh, it was Sarvis. My mistake. So 2 goals here in this second period, much needed for Culture. Loose ball in front. Culture just trying to cut into that lead. And there is the end of period number 2. Saturdays looking confident, looking in control, and now they find themselves just 13 minutes away from crowning themselves as the king. Will they do it? We find out next.
Yeah, let the green go. Just 1, 2, and that's it. We
Hey, but the same thing, the same exact thing. We're not changing anything. We press, we talk, we tackle, we foul if we need to. No problem.
Keep swinging that ball back.
Yeah.
Hey, that's killing them. They don't even know where to go, right, left, whatever. And then we send that long ball to Cortez, and that's it. Making it.
Cortez, you have a lot more time than you think, bro.
You can tell your inner animal.
I lost that one in the light center.
Little Saturday strategy there inside the huddle there for the team in orange, who have the lead heading toward the third period as we get set here for the final 13 minutes. Ricky Lopez, Espen, Mark Rogandino here with you. Yeah, why change it if it ain't broke?
Exactly. Pasha and Culture have no answers for everything that Saturdays is throwing at them. They play direct into Cortez, and then you have Villon, Prado, and O'Brien fill in the gaps, and when they do, they make no mistake about their finishes.
One final rotation for the teams, and that meant that Pasha got to kick things into action here in the third and final period. So I ask you then, Ricky, with not a lot of play in the middle for Saturdays here, how can the two teams, Culture and Pasha, then exploit that space?
I think you need to operate in centrally, because if you do, you start pulling up from distance. One player of Saturday needs to apply some pressure, and when they do that, there's a gap underneath, and that's when you can beat teams through combination play. So how do you find that right balance? It's going to be really intriguing to see if Pasha Luxury can do that, and Culture, but so many times it's a bit pedestrian-like when they get in front of the area. Too many touches, too slow, not decisive enough, and that's something that they need to fix.
You wonder if which of these two teams between Culture and Pasha is going to make some rumblings here early in the third period and possibly apply that pressure to Saturdays, because right now with a 3-goal or 4-goal lead over Culture and 6 over Pasha, they've got to be feeling comfortable. Can they add another one here? No, this time Adams coming up with the save.
Give it to orange. Give it to red. Give it to red. It's red's ball. Yeah.
A little physical play leads to a whistle just outside the goalkeeping area. Sarvis will play it through. Back on the feet of Marcelo Sarvis. Slipping to the turf there, and losing possession was Harbor Miller. It's going to be orange ball. That means Saturdays will have the edge kick to put it back in play. They scored 5 to really jump out to the lead, did Saturdays, in the opening 13 minutes. They've somewhat been downshifted into fourth gear the rest of the way. That one guided just wide off of the right foot of William Prado, who already has a goal here in the final.
With such a clever run from Prado. As the ball shifts over, everyone gets occupied with it. So they shift to one side of the field. There's a massive gap. Essentially just mistimes his finish.
Hey, we'll take the foul!
Miscue on the pass, but a late whistle will bring the ball back for a free kick here for Pasha Luxury. Ryan Marcano had his heels clipped just a little bit, I think, as that shot whistles wide of Alfredo Cortez, and the Saturdays goal.
And those are moments that if you are Pasha, you continue to pull the trigger from the distance, but you need to hit the target. Because if you do, you force a save out of a goalkeeper, whether it is Cortez, whether it is Adams, and then it's the other player's great goal.
Miller thought he had slipped it into the far post, but no.
Hawk too early. You expect goals from Harbor Miller?
The commentator jinx does exist, even in OmegaBall, folks. Pasha really could use one. Big time save from Cortez, then able to push it away, but the follow-up opportunity from Bay Kurtz, who has his second.
Exactly what I'm talking about. You push the tempo, you ask questions of goalkeepers, and then you try to play for a rebound. Pasha needed that goal. Can they ride that momentum?
Is there enough time to ride that momentum? Might be the even bigger question.
Smart, Steven. Don't force it. You say the right way. Turn.
Pasha looking for the opening.
Just needs to be quicker. Needs to be quicker. Needs to be more movement as well from Pasha. It's a two-man game right here.
Here is that two-man game, and tucked into the corner. So in quick succession, Bay Kurtz now a hat trick for Pasha.
And that goal is created through the movement of Bay Kurtz. Played into Vignali. Continue your run off of the shoulder, and it's a good finish.
And the team representing the Atlanta-based luxury real estate company, Pasha, all of a sudden have pulled level with Culture. Both teams with 3, but they trail Saturdays by 4.
And it's been Bay Kurtz to think of everything for Pasha Luxury. His effort, his quality. And how can the other players, much like Vignali, Gray, Marcano, emulate his effort here?
Free kick chance, zips up and over the bar. You could see the intention, but just not the execution off the free kick opportunity. From one Cortez to another, the long ball, the distance of the entire OmegaBall pitch. Chris Cortez gets out of traffic, but he sends it off the mark.
When you have a big man that is so good with his body, but also very comfortable with the ball at his feet, that's another threat to have.
Pasha could use another one right here, and a wide open look for Davis McBee right at the top of the goalkeeping area.
Make sure you defend right hard. Coming, Prado, watch your back, baby.
If, and a big if one of these two teams, Pasha or Culture, can find one or two here in the next couple of minutes, all of a sudden it becomes a much different game for Saturdays, trying to kill off the clock and raise the title here on the OmegaBall Showdown.
Be close to it.
Ball will stay in here for Culture. Lucas Sarvas playing the ball through. Morera.
Right, Pato. Right. Avery, don't. Yeah, let him go back. No, Avery.
This pace suits Saturdays just fine.
Help Davis. Oh, yeah. Go at him. Go at him.
Miller
Help Davis, help.
changes pace. Defender in tow, though, for Saturdays, right with him. So the big switch for Sarvas. Now Adams, the goalkeeper, will get involved. Long pass won't make its way all the way through. Saturdays regain possession. Prado, centering pass.
Help Davis. Right, Chris. You got it.
Through ball is cut out.
Man behind.
And that shot missing at the near post.
Come on, put it down and play. Go. Stay right. Go.
Alfredo Cortez will knock it back in play, and again he tries that big ball over the middle to pick out their tallest player on the field. That is Chris Cortez. You could hear that in their strategy session when we came into the third period with our live field mics, catching that pre-third period discussion. Pasha right back in and touching it through. Vignali with a crucial goal, and now that's 4 for Pasha. Can they surge late here?
If you're not creating through the run of play, restarts, fantastic way to get yourself back into this game. Pasha does just that. Everyone thinks this shot's going to be on target. Everyone gets caught flat-footed. Love the intent from Vignali to get Pasha's 4th.
Well, Pasha's the only team that has in fact scored here, Ricky, in this third period of play. And now they've pulled into a 3-goal margin, trailing Saturdays, who have 7.
Watch your back, AB.
Morera
Well done, Isaiah.
had it poked away.
Time, relax.
Pasha to win it back.
I'm here. Yeah.
Can they find the space? That ball will not get all the way through. Lucas Sarvas is there to win it. Cortez trying to weight it with the soft little chip, but he misses the mark. So still, Saturday's scoreless here in this final period of play. Miller, long chip. Intended there for Yuri Morera. Kenneth Perkinson, he was hit to come out and get it with his gloves.
Keep it. Watch your left, Kyle. Watch your left, Kyle. Forward, Red Skull. Man right.
Marcano, can he pull the trigger here? He's been quiet here in the finals after having a handful of goals in the semis. 4 of them.
Up. Second here, practice. Cut the line.
Perkinson. We've seen Kenneth Perkinson join in the fold. Does he dare venture out? Gray spinning, hitting. Taylor Gray cannot connect, and the follow-up opportunity for Cortez for Saturdays is deflected out.
You got to have that opportunity if you are Gray. 1v1 with the goalkeeper of Adams.
Yeah, middle, Christian.
Back post ball, and Pasha find one. It's a gift for Taylor Gray. He had 3 in the semis. He's been very quiet all night here in the finals, but maybe that'll wake him up.
Hopefully that gives a little bit of life to Pasha and turn the urgency up a little bit higher.
Well done, boys.
Here's Gray again.
Well done, Taylor. Left.
Picked up the possession. Good through ball here. A chance to really close down the gap, and it goes wide. A wide open back post run, but Ryan Marcano called his own number.
Wagland, that ball needs to be sweated across into Wagland. As you see, number 8, Gray, gets rewarded for the extra effort. But this could have been top of your screen. That ball needs to be sweated across into Wagland. If it does, it's a 1-goal game.
It's a tap-in. Perkinson from long distance, and that one bends wide of the target. Culture goalkeeper Luca Adams under a ton of pressure here in this third and final period. Cortez will run it down, and he does keep it in play. Pinched in against the sideline and out for a free kick for Saturdays as we are under 3 minutes to play.
Left. Help.
Back post ball, and it could have been a tap in back there for Prado.
It's the right idea for Cortez. Prado, any sort of redirect, tough foul.
And a late sliding tackle comes in. The clock will stop with about 2.5 minutes to go as William Prado turned right into the face of a sliding tackle. Excuse me, it's Sarvis, Lucas Sarvis. And I think it was Bay Kurtz who came in with that tackle. Trying to lay it all out on the field, but the timing of the challenge. Some might argue that he got the ball there, Ricky, but it's the studs that are up when you come in to get the ball is the reason for the whistle.
You also throw in the second leg that comes in after the fact as well. That's what gets Bakers in trouble.
Good news is for Culture, Sarvis back up on his feet.
Don't have to force it. Yeah, man.
Gray dancing on it. A giveaway at the back. Good tackle there. Wagland trying to keep the possession alive, but he will be whistled for the foul into the back of Abraham Villon. Under 2 to play. It's going to go all the way down to the wire. Chance in front, and Gray finds it.
Second goal in a matter of minutes for Taylor Gray. Very similar the way that he scores these goals, gets himself in and around that goal mouth and cleans up any scraps to draw Pasha to 1 goal.
All of a sudden it's game on here in the finals. Does Gray have another one in quick succession? Denied there. Cortez actually helped defending back there in front of the Culture goal.
Something we haven't really seen from Cortez.
Culture defending.
Just take a look at Taylor Gray's goal. A little bit of an extension of the left arm from Sarvis, but Taylor Gray says thank you very much. I'll get my second in this final and 6th for Pasha.
So Pasha coming alive here. Perkinson came out and called it. It's a loose ball in front and cleared away. Saturdays making their case to try and have the edge restart, but no, it's going to go to the team in green. Pasha, who trail by a goal. The goal scoring has dried up here for Saturdays in this third period. And a whistle and a free kick coming.
Hey, Taylor, maybe stop. Taylor, stop.
And watch this a moment ago.
Nearly for O'Brien.
Yes. Come on, man back. Man back. Yeah. Keep it.
Pressure on O'Brien. They swing it wide for William Prado. Under a minute to play in the finale here at San Diego State on the sports deck. Saturdays trying to close it out. Pasha trying to find a way to equalize.
Free kick on the ground.
A little bit bit of a dangerous play there from Bay Kurtz, playing from the ground, and that's the reason for the whistle. Or did he get the benefit of the whistle? He got the benefit of the whistle. One more time. They swing it to Gray. Can he have the hot touch here? Centering pass is cut out. Morera on a full-laced right foot sends it into the stands.
Don't need to go for power from that distance. Just simply pick out a corner. Good ball.
Big long switch to find Vignali. Got around the first challenge, still working forward and pushed down right in the edge of the area. 10 seconds, that will stop the clock. And so literally 10, 11 yards out from the near post of Culture. And now if you're Saturdays, you got to think, I'm turning on the defensive cues here. I'm finding a way to try and just make sure this ball does not find the back of the net. Do you come back the other way, flip it to your right foot and change paths? Shot is deflected out. One more chance. Big ball into the back post to head it in on the far side, and it's headed away by O'Brien. The offensive leader finds a way to use his defense in the final seconds, and that might be just enough to do it for Saturdays. Ball down on the turf. The ensuing shot deflected out. And with just 4 seconds left, Pasha have got to find a last-ditch effort. Shot will go wide of the near post. Trying to attack Culture and goalkeeper Luca Adams. Back the other way, Perkinson with a touch, and that's going to do it. Saturdays find a way to survive on a Saturday. Unbelievable stuff as Pasha threw everything at the team in orange. But it is Saturdays who are able to come away winners here in the 2024 OmegaBall Showdown, but by the smallest of margins, Ricky.
The extra effort for O'Brien as his goalkeeper gets caught off of his line. Last-ditch defending effort and secures the win for Saturdays.
Great chaos, great dramatic finish. Wouldn't have it any other way in the 2024 OmegaBall Showdown, and your champions are Saturdays. They won their semis, they win the final, although they did it more with defense than anything. Very much different than the map that they used to win the semifinals, but nonetheless, Saturdays are your champions. We'll hear from them next.
It's chaotic, and it's great. What do I love about OmegaBall?
Was just the ability to poach and being able to take opportunities from guys trying to score on the other opponent's goal. If it came to you, you're able to tap it in and you get all the glory without doing any of the work.
I love that there's no offsides.
I'm looking forward to enhancing a new side of my game and seeing what I got.
More pace, more action, more scoring. I think everybody who watches football loves to see goals. I think that's the main part, the main attraction is what people come to see. OmegaBall brings that all together and really emphasizes that part of the beautiful game.
Honestly, it's just really chaotic. It's super fun. It makes the game faster for those people who aren't as interested in a slower 2-1 score game. You know, they're scoring every 2 seconds, so it really brings the game to the American public in a fun way.
Having that extra team brought a new aspect where you may have an alliance, you may have an enemy. There's 2 opponents, and you know, alliances have the potential to be informed.
It's nice because the space is pretty close, so you always get a chance on goal, and there's a lot of opportunities to finish. I love scoring them 2 goals more than once.
Lots and lots of goals. More action, more scoring.
There's a lot of different ways to win a final, and Saturdays did it with both offense early and defense late. They survived the late scare from Pasha, who finished on 6, Culture with 3, but Saturdays with 7. Let's take you downstairs. My partner, Ricky Lopez Espin, standing by with OmegaBall founder Anthony Dittman and your champion Saturdays.
Thank you, Rogo. I'm here with the 2024 OmegaBall Men's Showdown champion Saturdays football, and I'm also accompanied by founder of OmegaBall, Anthony Dittman. Well, he will do the honors for the $15,000 cash prize purse and awards. Off you go.
Congratulations, gents.
And I'll ask Kier O'Brien, the MVP. He was fantastic. Talk to me, number one, about why were you guys so successful, and talk to me about the game plan.
I mean, I think it all comes down to just depth. In every position, we have someone that could step into the role. We have a lot of poise. You know, we got Paco in the back who just controls the whole tempo, and just everyone has a bright football mind in general. So that always makes it, you know, much easier.
And one thing that we noticed in the broadcast booth, that you guys enjoyed to play together. You guys were always laughing, and I also heard last night you guys were laughing a lot down in Mexico. So you have $15,000 that you're about to win. Is that going down to Mexico tonight with you guys, or what's happening here?
I don't know what we're doing yet, but you know, we might invest in some crypto or something like that. I don't know about Mexico, but.
Well, thank you guys. Rogo, back up to you. $15,000 to Saturday Football 2024 Men's OmegaBall Showdown champions.
Not a bad day, payday, as the envelope is handed over from OmegaBall founder Anthony Dittman. Saturdays are your champion. They made their way through in the semis, and they get the job done here in the final. Ricky and I back to wrap it all up. Saturdays, winning on a Saturday. Did you expect anything else? Have you heard this before? Show me the money. Saturdays, your 2024 Omega Showdown champions here out in San Diego, California. Ricky, they use defense and they use offense to get the job done.
They worked smarter. They did not work harder. They executed their game plan to perfection, and they are the 2024 OmegaBall Showdown Men's Champion. Well deserved.
Did not score a single goal in that third and final period, but they still find a way to make the 5 that they got in the first to stand up. What an event out here in San Diego. For my partner, Ricky Lopez-Espin, producer Russ Winham, and of course for the guys behind it all, founder Anthony Dittman of OmegaBall and CEO Jeff Kretschmar. I'm Mark Rogandino. Saturday celebrating with 15K as they head home tonight. Okay.